Welcome on the ESL live stream. It's here. This live stream is here to help you with your class. Today, we're going to have guests with us. We're going to talk about a game changer for your ESL class or even whatever the class you're teaching, English, even math. This is called the differentiation method. What is that? How to use it? How it can be beneficial for the students? We're going to try to answer all this question into this video. Thank you so much. If you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, so we're going to go and start by a little warm-up. Let me check that out. Yeah, let's go with the warm-up. I always like warm-ups. You guys know that you like the warm-ups on Mike's Home ESL. No, I'm not going to do a peel banana. Don't worry. No. But here we go. We are going to check out a YouTube channel that you might be never seen before. His name is MC Grammar. I tried to invite him before on the live stream, but he's always busy and he is in UK. So sometimes, the time difference is always a little bit difficult to be able to get together. But here we go. A little warm up for that ESL live stream. I'm sure your kid's going to love that. Here we go.
Name, place, sing. Check it out. Monday, January, London, Mr. M.
Yeah, we call them proper.
Cat, dog, boy, girl, apple, car.
Yeah, we call them common.
He, she, us, them, it, we.
Yeah, we call these pronouns.
Oh no, did you hear that? It's about to go down. When I say now, you say name, place, sing. Now, name, place, sing. When I say now, you say name, place, sing. Now, name, place, sing. Name, place, sing. Name, place, when I say now, you say name, place, sing. Now, name, place, sing. When I say now, you say name, place, sing. Now, name, place, sing. Name, place, sing. It's a name, place, sing.
MC Hammer, very nice little song for kids, to get along with English and especially remember all the different grammar rules. Really awesome. I recommend you to go and check out MC Grammar TV. MC Grammar TV. Really awesome. He's got a ton of songs like that, rap, hip hop, whatever, like I always say, is like what we learn with pleasure, we never forget. So thank you to all of you for being in the live today. Unfortunately, today there's a little bit sad news. Maria, who used to be my administrator, when she was in our school, she's back in America, and today she called me middle of the night for her to tell me that she couldn't make it. That was like 3 hours before the live, and she couldn't make it today because she had to go to the hospital. Not cool. So, well, I wish the best to Maria's sister and hope she's gonna recover soon. But a good news that we will have Maria with us next Sunday. So a big shout out for Maria. When I invited her, she said, "Yeah, Mike, I'm all good. I'm going. That's awesome. Thank you for inviting me." I said, "It's all good." I've learned a lot with her, so she will be, she's a very nice woman and a very great teacher. But we have our superstar on the ESL live stream. How can he not come on the ESL live stream? And you know that guy? Yeah, a good mate. Here we go. And here we are with the Stu. Hey. Thank you, Stu, for being here. I think you gotta unmute. Can mute because okay.
How's it going?
Oh,
I'm still a newbie with all
all
that
good,
stuff.
mate.
It's
Always good to see you.
It's like the third week in a row I've done this. I've forgotten to unmute it every single time.
It's Sunday night in the ESL live stream. Thank you very much for coming, Stu. It's always a great pleasure to have you on the live. We're going to see a little bit in the comment section. Say hello to the people in here. Don't forget that you can leave your questions. Today we're talking about, you see the, yep.
Nice
you want to say something, bro?
Nice to see everybody here. Some comments already coming in, so just keep them coming. Any questions this week? Importantly, this is a community-driven live stream. So if you've got any questions or any comments about anything that we have to say, or things you just don't know the answer to, but you would like to, just please type away and ask those questions, and we'll be here to help you.
Exactly. Whatever the topic it is, of course, we have to have a topic where we're going to talk about. Maybe you can learn some stuff as well. You're coming here is to learn, right? I hope so. Well, and you can share as well your experience, right? We can also learn from each other. It's very important.
Yeah,
thank you on Facebook as well. Ling. Thank you. Sorry, the topic, right?
Yeah, the topic that you've picked for today's live, Mike, is a really interesting topic, actually. So, and it's something I didn't know too much about until just a couple of years ago. Even though I've been teaching so long, I didn't really know a lot about this topic. And certainly when I did my initial training as a teacher 20 years ago, there was nothing. It wasn't even mentioned. So, and I'm going to talk about that tonight as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, can you
That's
hear me
awesome.
okay? It's a bit laggy.
So we got Lil Jose. Hello.
It's a bit laggy, my end, Mike.
I can hear you. There's no problem. Can you hear me?
I can. It's a bit laggy for you. You're a bit laggy to me. I don't know if I'm laggy to you.
A little bit, but it's fine. I can get it.
Cool.
It's fine. Yeah, you can see as well. We have Echo Cito G say hello. How are you? Fine. Thank you. All right. Yeah, all warm-ups in here. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate. Who do we have as well? Hi, Mike. Watching from France, Alicia Walcott. Yeah, Alicia is an online teacher from France. She's teaching English online. She's doing really good. Has been a long time. Welcome. Thank you very much for being in the live here. Let me see all the different, what we got. My students are bully. How to counter it. Okay, we can answer that for sure, right? We'll see the topic. We're going to keep you warm about the topic. So yeah. My students are bully. How to counter them? Right. How bully they are. I mean, are they bullying the classroom? Are they bullied to you? Is difficult to understand? maybe give a little bit more details. That would be good. How they're bullied. I mean, you gotta give them warnings, and after that, if it doesn't work, step by step in the warning, okay? And you might take them at the end of the class and tell them, all right, you stop bullying, or it's not going to be ending very well. All right. If there's a problem, maybe when you get a kid bullying others, is because they don't like each other. Try to find what is the real problem. It's very important. Who do we have? Online teaching, Benjamin, welcome in the live. Thank you, Ben. Ben is asking as well for, please give some advice about online teaching. All right, we will go there soon as well. We get a lot of questions. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And here, where are you guys from? So Stu, they're asking, where are you from? Yeah, of course, we have new people every day, so maybe you can understand. You can just as normal.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for your question. I'm from England. I'm from a city called Brighton, which is in the south of England, close to London, maybe 1 hour by train from London. It's by the sea. It's sunny and warm, fish and chips, windy days. And that's where I'm from. I'm from Brighton.
Yeah. Good beer.
Good beer.
And good beer. Great. Okay, they bully their classmates. Yeah. So I tell you, you're gonna go on. I'm going to spank on them. No. You cannot be violent. You gotta, slowly, step by step. And if it's not working, you gotta go maybe to their parents as well. You at school you have some forms. You got to talk to the parents, right? At a point, if you can't find any ways, right? I mean, you have sometimes to tell the parents, right? This is your how's it called? Responsibility.
I've actually got something to say about that, Mike, about class bullying.
Oh, good, man.
Yeah, so bullying is a big problem, not just in the language classroom, in any classroom around the world. There's always going to be kids who pick on other kids. It's a big problem. It's upsetting for the children who get picked on. They go inside their shell. They don't want to be there. They don't want to come anymore. It's a big problem. So as a teacher, it's one of our major responsibilities of stamping this out and trying to solve it. What you need is to speak to the management within your school and other teachers to work out a process, like an action plan. If you identify bullying straight away, what should you as a school, every single teacher, do in your school? Like Mike says, there needs to be a warning system in different steps, a procedure in place. But first things first, you need to understand why the bullying is taking place. Speak to the bully individually after the class. Definitely get the parent involved. The parents can, often, they don't want their children to be bullies. And by talking to your students and building rapport and building that level of respect that all of the students feel that they can say things without being laughed at, without being mocked, the whole feeling of your class will improve.
Exactly. Because, when you got one kid bullying others, you're going to have more after that. They become a leader and they see that there's not doing anything about it. So it's very dangerous. You got to control this kids right away, for sure.
Control it, confront it. Put in class routines as well. This leadership comes from the teacher. So at the start of the class, make sure you have your routines in place. develop routines, develop rules before the class. A very good way of establishing immediate control of your class is to get the students lined up outside. Talk to your students for 2-3 minutes before you go in. Make them go in a calm way. Keep that level of calmness and build your routine so the students know what's coming next. Obviously have different teaching activities, of course, but have a standard plan that the students can stick to and they understand.
Exactly. We get another question from FS. How much time on classroom games in one lesson? It all depends. Well, you got 40 minutes lesson. I would say maximum of 10 minutes, 5 minutes for 10 minutes. Yeah. It all depends. Games is not only, I play games. It can be a practicing game. Not some teachers only play hide and seek in a classroom and they don't care about who find who, and there's no practice in it. So games are when you use game in the class in your classroom, sometimes it doesn't matter how long it takes till they're practicing at the same time. It would be more the practice part in your lesson plan.
And also with games, make sure there's a reason to play the game. Don't just play a game just because you think there should be a game in them. I've taught many classes don't have any games.
Exactly. There have to be. Great.
Yeah, make sure there's a reason. Make sure there's a point to the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Two important pieces of advice I can give to teachers. One, don't play too many games. Or for too long. Don't do it for too long. Where I've done like podcasts and stuff on this before. When I was a new teacher, I wasn't very good, and my lesson was like 2 hours. And I thought, right, if I play this game for 40 minutes, then that's 40 minutes gone from my 2 hours. It makes my life easier. It didn't. It made my life harder. The kids got bored. The kids started to play around. Disruption, they weren't listening. Don't do that. Keep your game short and make sure there's a point.
Exactly. Like I say to them, you guys wanna have fun? Good. Study first. Then we might play games. Sometimes, you get some very naughty kids who arrive in the classroom and say, teacher, we want to play games. Okay. No, you got to learn first.
Yeah.
It's always fun. Yeah. All right. So here we go. We're going to go right to the topic today with differentiation. It's a very special, very, let's say, it's a game changer. All right, so here we go. We're going to go with this introducing the differentiation method. Well, I just prepared something very quickly, nothing super special. It's just for you to have something visual, because one thing which is important in this differentiation, and if I say something wrong, Stu, just stop me. With the differentiation first, before you use this method, one thing very important is, let me get, wait a moment, because we get the comment right here. Okay. Yeah. So here, very important thing, you're going to tell me that if I'm wrong or not, Stu, you got to know your students' learning style, which is very important, right? Am I wrong? Right or wrong?
I would definitely. Well, there's
Stu.
two things here. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Yeah.
well, there's two things here. There's a little bit of debate about whether learning styles are a thing. It's a really hot topic because for a long time you see like visual learner,
True.
an audio learner, kinesthetic learner, tactile learner, and a lot of people within education are saying this kind of a load of bullshit, basically. It's really up for debate.
I heard that.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So a lot of people go, I'm not too sure about this. But one thing is for sure, you must know your students. This is you. So putting aside, like, are they a visual learner? Are they an oral learner? Tactile learner? Put that aside. But one thing you must do, you must know your students. You must know their strengths and their weaknesses, and what they like and what they don't like. And the more you know about your students, the better you can differentiate your classroom. So if you have a new class, you come in, you're a new teacher, maybe you're an experienced teacher that's taking over from a teacher that's leaving, and you don't know your students yet. You won't be able to differentiate as well as you can differentiate with a set of students that you know very well. But we can come on to that a little bit later.
Yeah. So the first question that would comes to everybody's mind, it's what's the differentiation method for teacher? I think it's a good question to start with. Maybe.
Okay, so differentiation is basically making your teaching accessible to all of your students, because when you have a class, let's say you've got a class of 20 students, some of them will be very good at English, very confident. Maybe they've been learning English for a long time. Other students will struggle. Maybe they're not very confident, or maybe they can't read very well. Maybe their listening skills aren't very good. They've all got strengths, they've all got weaknesses. And by differentiating, we can change our lesson. We can change the content of what we're teaching. We can change how we teach it, and we can change how we assess it. These are three major areas that we can differentiate our lesson. And by doing that, we're meeting the needs of all of our students, regardless of their strengths and weaknesses.
Great. Yeah. And I had as well, let me see if I can find back this PPT. Yeah. All right. And so I had something else. How about this? This is when all these images, when you go to Wikipedia, that's most teachers going to do. Well, I know that differentiation, I've been using it in my ELA class, but it's quite difficult. It's quite tough to use, because you got to prepare a lesson for pretty much different groups. So you get, in one lesson, you might have to prepare 5 lessons for each group. Because there are so many ways to use that differentiation, right? Yeah. And here are differentiated instructions. That's what you can find on Wikipedia. I mean, it's where every teacher who's asking, what is differentiation? That's what he's going to get first. And also the picture I showed before, that's what teachers going to meet first on online. So I wanted to have your views on that, Stu.
Well, that slide that you're showing now is correct, but it's very hard to take in, especially if you've never really come across differentiation before. So I think the best way to do is to start, in bite-sized pieces. So I'll give you an example of quite a famous anecdote. There was a teacher, and he had a student, and his student loved baseball. He was always talking about baseball, always like collecting the baseball cards and, talking about baseball. And he just loved baseball, basically.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
it's okay. So basically,
I get another one. I stop. Sorry.
It's okay. So basically, his teacher gave all of his students, they wanted them to write about, their job that they wanted or something like that. And this student, did a really bad piece of work. And the teacher was like, I know that you can write better than that. I know you can be more passionate about that. She was like, right, okay. And he screwed it up. And he said, right, write about baseball. And your homework is to write about baseball. Just that one student. Everyone else had to write about a job or something like that. But that student had to write about baseball. The next day, the writing was passionate. It was, a really good piece of work. And the teacher realized it was because he was writing something he was passionate about. And this is exactly what differentiated instruction is, where you give a task that fits the needs and the likes of particular students to get the best out of them.
Exactly. I had this kind of students, when you give them a particular topic, you give a topic to everyone. Some of them are just like, yeah, very interesting. Like, no, I don't care. So it's more giving us like more freedom, right? Where they like what they like, and especially when you want to write, right? When you are ELA teachers, you gotta ask them. You want them to try to improve in writing. So using what they like is gonna work better than a topic for everyone.
Exactly. So let's say you're teaching writing. Let's say you're teaching writing, rather than say, right, everybody write a letter about a favorite place that you visited. Maybe the kids that want to write about that will write well, and all the other kids, it'll be crap, because they don't want to write about that. But if you give them a choice, okay, write about your favorite place, write about a funny experience that you had, write about a day where you made a mistake last year, just for example, and you give them the choice, you'll find that they all pick different things, but you're teaching them how to write, but giving them different choices.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. So guys, if you have any question about this, please just let me know. I remember when I was using the first time, Maria asked me that I can use differentiation in my class, because some students were, I always the text, you always have these questions. Then you would have an exercise with keywords, and then they would have to write a piece of paper according to the reading they would have, so that they write more, so that they write a kind of, if this thing happened to you, what would you do? For example, according to what happened in the story, right? So she told me, some kids. So I divided, in fact, my work into different works. I asked all the students to I had one group who would answer the questions. I had another group who needs to improve they need to improve lexical. So they had to, find all the words, even if it's more than the exercise, find all the new words and make a sentence with that. Trying to understand what they mean and make a sentence with that. And then I had another group of 5 who would have to do the essay. So it's, dividing. It's also very, and then you change, and then you switch. For example, this week, this group is going to do this part, especially. So maybe next week, the group who was working, because at the end of this reading, at the end of the work, you would everybody would present their work, answer the questions, why they answer the question, where did they find this in the text, so that others as well can see it. So it's kind of presentation after that, very quick. You always have in internet school, you always have a day where you only have 40 minutes with them. So with this 40 minutes will be mostly for me that they present the work they did last class, because last was an hour. It all depends. If the kids are really fast during the class, you can even start to do that in the very first class. Yeah. It's difficult to explain, but
well, what you've given there, Mike, is basically how you can differentiate the process. So the content, giving different content might be asking the boy to write about baseball. By giving a different differentiating the process is what you explain what Maria did, of having these different ways of doing things within the class. That's it, is you differentiate the process. We got a question here, but there are some specific themes that we have to teach, like what will life be like in 2050? So for this, maybe you can't do baseball, right? You have to it's that topic. But what you can do, you might have, just for example, you might have a reading passage about what life will be like in 2050. And you might have a more difficult reading passage with more difficult questions. And over here, you might have a simplified reading passage about what life will be like in 2050 with some easier questions. And you can say, right, this is A, this is the harder one, this is B, this is the easier one. And you can say to the students, if you want to have the harder one, you can pick A. If you want to have the easier one, you can pick B. And you just pick which one you want. And you're sticking to the topic of what life will be like in 2050, but you are giving the students choice over their own learning.
Great. Yeah. That's why you were answering FS question, right?
Yeah.
To teach how will the life be in like 2050, it matters that, right? Okay, thank you very much, FS, for that questions. Yeah. So effectively, we can differentiate different part on the content,
exactly,
right?
Yeah,
which would be
and just to go deeper about that question, Mike. Let's keep that topic of what life will. It's a cool topic, I'm interested in what life will be like in 2050. It's an awesome topic, but there's so many ways that we can differentiate.
It is.
It's awesome. You can say, right, today we're going to be learning about what life will be like in 2050. Now you can choose today to work by yourself, or you can choose to work in pairs, or you can choose to work in groups of 3. And then you might have students who might, maybe they work better by themselves. I go, no, I'll work by myself today. I just want to really focus today. Maybe you might have a pair want to work together. They like working together. So by you can keep the same topic, but you are differentiating the process.
Exactly, differentiating the process. Right. And we have also differentiating the product, which is, for example, videos, photos, writing, the way to do it, right?
Yeah, so like
graphic organizing, projects.
Well, the product might be, what they produce at the end of the instruction. there's so many different things you can do. You can have in different listening tasks. You can introduce technology. Technology is like a fantastic way of differentiating instruction. Introduce technology to the classroom. Videos, iPads. It's so many cool things. Allow students to bring their phone for the day. All of these things are a great way of differentiating instruction.
True. Exactly. That's differentiation. It's all depends on which part you want to differentiate, and it will be all good to go. All right. Any questions in the live, guys? Just feel free to ask. Today we're with Stu. Don't forget to give some likes and support. You know, it's going to help other teachers. More you give likes, the algorithm, YouTube algorithm is going to like it and is going to show more teachers that, you know, remember when you needed that help. It's quite very, very important. Yeah. Great. So yeah, Stu, I know you're very busy these days. I tried your Daffel Lemon courses. I started a little bit. It's very friendly use. I had so it's really cool. Yeah, I said I had to try that. I just finished watching.
Thanks for joining up.
Hangman Game. Okay. Yeah. All good. That's easier to join. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I actually wrote a few ideas about.
So if you want to,
sorry, Mike, carry on.
No, that's all good. No, you told me earlier that TEFL certification would be a 30% off. Coupon unit code Mike's Home ESL. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for all the teachers. So if you are in here on the ESL live stream, I'm gonna give you right away the link. You can check that out in the section, the comment section. You're gonna see that appear very soon. It's a long time on this TEFL certification, because you got to know that we are both in China. We've been in China for a good 20 years, and we've seen some TEFL certificate. Well, when we arrived in China, there were no need of TEFL certification, pretty much, especially at the very beginning. Then when China, then when China started to be more and more, open, get more and more foreigners coming, especially for teaching, we had to have TEFL certification or TESL certification, both.
That's it. No, that's right.
So
yeah, so I mean,
and then Stu came up with a.
Sorry, Mike, can you hear me okay? Is there a little bit of a lag at my end for some reason?
Yeah, yes, it's lagging, but it's a matter of internet, you know. Maybe you or me, I don't know. It's difficult to check that out, but, you know, just let it roll it, because it's, you know, with StreamYard, with this platform, it's awesome because I can download the live without lags.
Okay.
So it records your camera as same as my camera, and I have all the video, so Of course, after that, I can change it. And it's pretty much the same as YouTube also as well. There's always a process after your live where they try to, the lagging, try to erase that, if we can say it like that.
Yeah,
so let's go back
good.
to your course, because your course is awesome. Your course is very friendly use, and it's a level 4.
Yeah. So level 4 is it's a high level TESOL course. For example, a level 6 qualification is a bachelor degree. That's what we're talking about here. So most TEFL certificates,
Okay.
they're level 2, level 3. The TEFL Lemon higher certificate of TESOL is a level 4, which is only 2 down from a bachelor degree. So it's one of the best ones that you can do anywhere in the world.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Great. So, and thanks again for the 30% off that Stu is offering today, using the code that you can see right here, Mike's Home ESL. A big shout out to Stu. Thank you.
Bruh.
Okay.
You must feel the force around you.
Yes, you got to feel that force. Yeah, the connection is bad. That's true. But, not easy today. Maybe, some days VPN in China, live in China is not easy for sure. Here we go. How can we teach numbers? They know how to count from 1 to 10, but when asked random numbers, they have to start counting from 1 to find the right number. Maybe not directly related to the current topic. Yeah, you see, these kids are visual. They need to work on their visual. You need to let them work more on the visual. Make a mess of the numbers. Ask them to compete, and then say, "Oh, what's this number?" The first to say it, you can get points. And then it's just to help them memorize. When you see that number, it's on your mouth.
Yeah, I think I know what you
right away.
I think I know what you mean here.
Oh.
Yeah. So, for example, if you show student number 7 a flashcard 7, they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to know that it's 7.
Yeah.
It's the same with the alphabet. Like, every kid can say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. They can do that. But if you show them like J, they have to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, J. So it's a very common problem. All you can do really is just work with them, repetition of showing random numbers so they get more exposure. This is the thing.
Exactly.
Exposure. The more exposure they have with individual numbers or individual letters, the better they can recall it. It's basically a vocabulary exercise. The more it's like learning animals or learning items of furniture. The more exposure they have, the better they'll be able to recall it.
Exactly. That's true. Great. Thank you very much, EFS, for that question. Great. Thank you. Yeah, the connection is not very good, but yeah, things happen. All good. Great. If you guys have questions about the differentiation, it's the time. It's the time. Yeah, like I said today, Maria was supposed to come today, but she she had a personal private problem, family at the hospital. She called me in the middle of the night and she couldn't make it, but she said she will be here with us next Sunday. So I hope we can make it to next Sunday and we can be with a charming lady with us, because you only have 2 men in here. For the boys who are in the chat, we will have a charming teacher with us. Good.
Actually, Mike.
Thank you. Any questions, guys? Yeah, you wanted to say something, Stu?
Yeah, so I just want to tell all of the people on this chat and who will be listening about the importance of differentiation. It's something every teacher should do.
Yeah.
It isn't something, maybe I'll try that, maybe I won't. No, you must differentiate your lessons, or at least slowly begin to differentiate. And as you get more experience, then you become better at it, and you more tricks to your bow. But I just want to say how important it is. And I mean, when I first did my first TEFL training, I did it with EF, English First, 20 years ago, and then I did it with ITTT in like 5 years ago, and both of those courses do not even mention differentiation. It's kind of so many courses just don't bother, but it's important, and this is one of the reasons it's a major section within the higher certificate of TESOL. It's a full section on differentiation.
Yeah. So we sometimes might use differentiation. You don't even know. Sometimes, right? Maybe because it all depends on which part of the process we're using it, right? I mean, on which part of your class, where are you using it? Is it in your content, in the process, in the product, or in the affect? Of course, these names, when you see content, process, product, affect, it's difficult to figure it out which part of the class is it. But when you read down here, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna understand which part of it, right? Because it's you can see so much stuff on internet, on when you go search something. You don't know, especially for this topic. This topic is really deep, so it's difficult to find the right one for your class.
Well,
one thing like oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to get the very best info on the internet about differentiation, check out someone called Carol Ann Tomlinson. Carol Ann Tomlinson is emeritus professor at the University of Virginia, and she is the god of differentiation. And she's written many books, many papers on differentiation. If you go on YouTube and put on differentiation, Carol Ann Tomlinson, you can check out some free webinars that she's done, and that will really put your knowledge from here to here. And the second thing I want to say is that teaching is all about decision making. Before the lesson, during the lesson, the things that you see, the way that you react. If something happens in class, you make a decision what to do. And differentiation is all about decision making as well.
True. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome. Yeah. So I'll put the name. Can you write out, please? Maybe you can leave a comment in the chat, Stu. You know better than me how to write it. Yeah, or even after the live. Thank you so much, Alicia. Yeah, if you want to check that out, there's no problem. Thank you so much, Alicia, for being here today. Bonjour et merci beaucoup pour être ici. I'm going to speak a little bit of French.
Mike, your French is so good.
All right. I'm a frog, man. Okay, you said it to me right now. Okay, I'm gonna put the name right away into the description. Let's see if it's gonna work. Yes. And there's no S. I don't know whether this S is in here.
No,
Doesn't matter.
5.
All right, guys. Okay. I know, having trouble connecting. Please check out your internet connection. That's beautiful. Yeah, today it's. I know what's going on. Doesn't matter. Okay, I send it again so that you. Merci beaucoup de rien. Y a pas de problème. All right, here you go. You get the name of the goddess of differentiation. That would be good if she can come. All right. Cheers. Thank you, Stu, for being here today. I think it's going to be time. Tomorrow's Monday, huh? For everyone, it's not going to be easy. Here in China, it's 10 p.m. at night. And yeah, thank you so much for being in the live. Thank you so much, Stu, for all your precious advices and to light our teachers' way. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. All right, take care, guys. Yep, see you later.
Thanks, mate. Take care. Yeah, was a little bit laggy today. I guess because it's very hot. Man, I'm sweating like, oh man, it's hot. Great, thank you so much. So, thanks to Stu for being in the live. Remember, Stu has he created his online TEFL, the best TEFL you can get, and you can make sure it's going to help you get higher jobs with higher salary. I'm going to give you as well the link so that you can go right to his website. Here we go. The description down below. You might be finding it. It doesn't matter if you can find it right now. I will give it to you in the comments. Yes, I can see it's in the comment. Thank you so much, everyone. It's going to be time to say goodbye. Oh, no. Yeah, thank you for being here, all of you. And I hope to see you next in the section down below. Yeah, thanks. Everything is right here. Great. Thank you so much. Pretty lagging today. Thank you so much. Take care and wish you all the best. That was the ESL live stream. Really appreciate you. Don't forget to give some live. I'll see you Sunday, 9 p.m. Beijing time. We're in China. Maybe in Europe should be around 3. I think there's 6 hours differences, so it might be in the afternoon. Sunday afternoon is not bad for you, huh? For me, it's just like, yeah, I go to bed right after that.
Bruh.
But, no, it's all good. Thank you so much. Happy teaching to all. Hope it has been helpful. And keep that ESL power. Thank you. Cheers. Time to say goodbye.